The Trilby Tour has had a makeover, but it retains many of its traditional elements. Amateur golfers of all abilities get the chance to play in front of the cameras, have caddies, and many of the other characteristics you'd associate with a professional event are there to be experienced. And throughout all of that, there's plenty of opportunity to make some new friends and have a great time. Hello and welcome to the Trilby Tour Championship of Yorkshire, where today the players are going to tackle the lovely golf course here at Kilnwick Percy Resort and Golf Club. We've already had two fantastic tournaments down in Oxfordshire and up in Cumbria, and today looks like it's going to be exactly the same. From both of those events, 10 men and 5 women have qualified to play in September's grand final at the magnificent Dundonald Links, a venue on both the men's and women's European tours. So there is plenty of incentive for the next batch of hopefuls to qualify for the Ayrshire final.
You always want to try and push yourself, don't you, to see how you cope under the pressure and the stress, and this is my opportunity to see I'll either work or it won't.
It's always nice. I think the event itself obviously allows the amateur golfer to feel like a professional for a day, and I think that's the biggest buzz that you get when playing in the Trilby Tour.
It's third year I've played in it, third year at KP as well. Really excited, great turnout. I think everything's been well organised so far. Really looking forward to the day. I think it's going to be really good.
The format is Stableford, so anyone can win, as the previous events have proved, with the winners' handicaps ranging from scratch to 22. But to qualify for the final, they have to conquer the tricky Kilnwick Percy layout. The golf course today is just under 6,200 yards for the men and a par 70, and 5,100 yards par 71 for the ladies. The wind is going to come into it today and definitely play a factor. The players are going to have to control the ball all the way around the golf course if they want to shoot a good score and book their place in the final at Dundonald Links. So there you have it. Our field of male and female hopefuls are out there on the golf course. To take us through the best of the action, it's Kit Alexander.
Thanks, Ryan. As already mentioned, it's a blustery day in Yorkshire, so tricky conditions for all of the competitors. Lee McAvoy had already accrued 19 points through the first 10 holes, and the 6 handicapper secured a sensational 4-pointer at the par 4 11th, courtesy of this brilliant chip in for eagle. He'd already eagled the par 5 8th. Kilnwick Percy lady captain Carolyn Pearce had 23 points after 14 holes, and she bounced back well from a blob on the previous hole with this excellent tee shot that set up a 2-putt par on the 15th. Andrew Corson was having a good day with 4 3-pointers and only 1 blob on the card as he reached the 17th, and the North Shore Golf Club member slotted this confident par putt home on the penultimate hole. 16-year-old Harry Mukherjee started with a double bogey for 1 point, but he got 3 points on the second and hold this superb par saver on 3, en route to a very solid 17 points on the front 9. Kevin Thompson had a roller coaster outward 9, but he found some momentum when he notched his 4th 3-pointer of the day here on 13 to move to 25 points. And he certainly enjoyed that one. 4 handicapper Ryan Estabrooks was 1 over par gross on the front, and things got even better, courtesy of this birdie on 11. He was cruising on 24 points. The 15th hole is sure to be pivotal in this tournament, so let's take a look with Ryan Rastel.
So you join us out here on the 15th hole at the KP Club. It's a par 3, 160 for the men, 120 for the ladies, and it's one that's pretty fraught with danger. You've got rough on the right-hand side here, and also a couple of hazards, short left and about pin-high left, the other side of the green, which have got water in them. The wind is coming off the right, so it's bringing your golf ball towards those bits of trouble, but also if you bail out here, you could find yourself in some of this thick rough, and you've got a really tough job to get it up and down to that back flag.
We pick up the charging Estabrooks on this 15th tee. He's already had 4 holes in 1 in his life. Be some time to make a 5th. Oh, and he's fired it straight at it as well, so another excellent tee shot. He'll have a really good look for birdie. Richard Hollingsworth now, 27 points. Oh, and that's a vicious bounce. He's going to have a bit of work to do, but there is plenty of green to work with, albeit he'll be chipping down breeze. Andrew Corson on his final hole, already 33 points in the bag, so a big finish. Could get himself in amongst the medalists. Get up, get up. That's nicely judged, just clambering up onto that top tier. Well, let's see what Hollingsworth can do here, the former soldier. Ball slightly above the feet. And that is an excellent chip shot. He'll have just about 18 inches or 2 feet for the par. Corson. Final green. Always a little on the low side. It is a shot hole for him though. So that tap in for the 5 gives him 2 points, and that's a total of 35 for the man from Skegness. Brilliant tee shot from Estabrooks. Can he convert? Not quite to be. Still ticking along very, very nicely though. He's a Kilnwick Percy member. He's formerly won the club championships here and at 2 other courses as well. Trees just having a little wobble in the background there. Tells you all of these scores really good in the conditions, and an excellent up and down there from Hollingsworth. Kevin Thompson is in the clubhouse with a strong score of 36 points in these conditions. Estabrooks is 1 behind with 2 to play, and Mukherjee well in the hunt. First look at Daniel Parry now. Under his handicap already here on the 9th tee. Little bit of a misjudgment there though. That's going to be tricky, playing back to a green that is elevated above him. Lee McAvoy looking for a big finish. Well, nicely judged. You saw a little hop out of the apron there, but he can tap that in stress-free. And he's in with 34 points, so that's not going to be enough for the win, but should secure him a spot in the top 10, an advancement to the grand final at Dundonald Links. What can Parry do here from over the back of the 9th? Oh, absolutely beautiful. Brave shot, pitched it just on the apron. Lovely bit of short game finesse there. And Carolyn Pearce. Par 5 for the ladies, this 18th hole. This for the birdie. Oh, she had the line. Just leaves it in the jaws. She actually grew up in Carnoustie, but didn't start playing golf until she'd moved away in 2010. And it's 32 points for the lady captain. Parry to finish off. Yeah, nonchalantly done. He wasn't missing that after the excellent recovery. Estabrooks leads the way on 37 points, and he's still got 1 left to play. Thompson and Corson have both completed good rounds, and keep an eye on Harry Mukherjee, 34 points through 16. Carolyn Pearce is leading the ladies event with 32 points, but Sally Swan has made a great start at 1 under her handicap after 8 holes. Superb finishing hole here at Kilnwick Percy. So let's hear more about it from Ryan Rastel.
So here we are on the 18th hole, which is going to pose quite the test for our men and ladies trying to close out their round today. It's uphill, it's into the wind, par 4 for men and 5 for ladies. But we've got these 2 big bunkers, one left and one right of the green for your approach shot. And as you can see, we've got a 2-tier green, and today that pin is perched right up on the top tier. So it's going to be very difficult to close out your round.
And Esther Brooks is now on that 18th. Father-in-law Neil Townsend caddying for him today. And he can't quite get it back up to that top tier into the breeze, so that will be a testing par putt, but it is a shot hole. Swan on the 9th tee, 151 yards for the ladies. A little hybrid in hand by the looks of it. Oh, chase that up very nicely. Now just settle. Oh, it does drop away at the back of the green. Oh, she should be able to get a putter to that one. A little bit of discussion with her playing partner there. Nice to see everyone having a great time out there. Hollingsworth, has he got another bit of short game magic in the bag? Oh, well, yes, he does, and it was nearly the most magical finish. That had a good look in before just missing left. Oh, interesting play here. There's a lot of quite lush-looking fairway grass for Mark Miller to putt this through. Look great in the air, coming on, sit down. So they do say a bad putt's better than a bad chip, but he'll have a lengthy effort for par. Up to Esther Brooks, you can see aiming well right of the pin, a lot of swing in this, having to come up and over that tier. Not quite enough juice. But if he can tap that in, that will be a very, very competitive total. And it is the putter for Swan. Does this get rolling smoothly? Yeah, pretty good. And I think she'll take that from there. Kath Roberts, who's also a very good golfer in her own right, is on Swan's bag today, so she's been getting plenty of good advice, and it's working so far. Shot hole, so this, the bogey putt. And he converts. So that is 39 points for Ryan Estabrooks, top of the leaderboard, and that is going to take some catching. Miller, about 15 feet to save his par. Oh, he just tickled it down there. I think he knew it wasn't quite enough. Taps it in though. And Mukherjee, 35 points, so this worth a good finish. And it goes for the 2-pointer. That gets him in the clubhouse on 37 points, but it's Estabrooks right now who's the man to catch on 39. Stephanie Dobson made it back-to-back 3-pointers with this par at the 13th. Not an ounce of effort wasted by the Kilnwick Percy member. It just toppled over the front edge. That got her to 25 points. Mark Miller built on his storming front 9 of 20, and he was 3 under his handicap before this par at 13, where he was getting 2 shots. That boosted his score by another 4. Great effort. Sally Swan had started the back 9 well with 8 points on holes 10 to 13. And the 18 handicapper was this close to another par on 14. The tap in bogey, the 2 points would take her to 30. Miller on the 15th tee. 31 points, so a big finish here, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he could get to 39 or even surpass it with something really special. And that's an excellent start. Spot on with the clubbing, and that's going to be about 12 feet for birdie. Swan, is she the danger woman? Of course, ladies in the Trilby Tour for the very first time this year. And she just keeps the good form going on the correct tier and putting for birdie again. Comparing some notes there, Miller and Swan. Obviously helping each other, plenty of momentum in that group. This is Parry up ahead on the 18th, but unfortunately it's a double bogey putt. And that's a disappointing finish for him. He made blob on 17. Yeah, I think he's just doing the maths and he's realised that unable to score, so he had a great round going, but a blob finish for 36 points. He'll still advance to the grand final, but he'll perhaps be wondering what might have been. Swan for her birdie on the 15th. She's got plenty of pace. Oh, she's canned it. Incredible. What a two for Sally Swan. And now she is right in the mix, perhaps the favourite. 4 points, and that gets her to 34. She's still got 3 to play. Oh, can her playing partner follow suit after that? Always a little on the high side, read something that wasn't there, and you can see by the reaction, he still wasn't sure. Dobson, bogey putt on the final hole. Yeah, rattles it in with the flagstick there as well. 35 points for the 64-year-old who's been playing golf about 15 years. Miller for the par. Oh no! Well, he was perplexed by the first one and he's absolutely aghast at that. Well, it'll still be 2 points as it's a shot hole, but a real opportunity missed given where he put his tee shot. Sally Swan added another 3 points to her tally, courtesy of this par for a net birdie at the 335-yard 16th hole. And she's certainly earning that applause today. Swan has pulled alongside Estabrooks with another 2 points on the 17th, and it's looking like a single point up 18 will be enough for her to secure the title, and she's getting a shot. And this is her third in, a little hybrid. As we've already mentioned, it is a par 5 for the ladies. Oh, that's away to the right. Oh, little assist from the rake there. Has that helped her out? Still going to be a tough bunker shot, though. Lovely nature here at the course. We've already seen the hair. There's a red kite. And a swan on the course as well, but this is Mark Miller playing alongside her. Bunting one up there. Keep chasing. Yeah, well navigated. Really the best way to get it to that top tier is running it up from the bottom. That's Estabrooks watching on, just waiting to see how this plays out. And there's a look at the lie. It is tough off of the downslope, right at the back of the bunker, fourth shot. She's done really well there. It is just going to topple down to that bottom tier and off onto the fringe. But the important thing is she can get a putter to the ball for her fifth. And a 7 will win it for her. So she's got 3 shots from there. Surely one hand on the trophy. Pretty well judged, but it's still not in the hole. Reaching for the marker. Would be great to have a first ever lady win the overall title in a Trilby Tour Championship. Well, I think he knew that was a bit of a misread off the bat. So, the stage is clear with the fans watching on for Sally Swan. Bogey putt for 2 points. And that's a good way to finish. Gave herself a bit of a scare at the end there, but it is 41 points. A big hug for the caddy. Brilliant effort. You can see how windy it is out there, especially now. And Miller finishes off an excellent round as well. 38 points for him. Hugs all around. A brilliant day for Sally Swan. She becomes the first ever female Trilby Tour winner. All of the men here, plus Carl Richardson and Lee McAvoy, qualified for the grand final. For the ladies, Stephanie Dobson, Carolyn Pearce, Alison Clark and Iona Buckle advance alongside Swan. Esther Brooks received his trophy from Darwin Escapes, Ashley Pheasant.
Well happy with it, to be fair. I set off not swinging it great, but I knocked some putts in on the first 6 holes. 20-footer on first, 20-footer on third, just to save pars, but kept it going. My swing came together in the middle of the round, and then knocked a few more crucial putts in towards the end, so absolutely delighted.
And what a day for the Trilby Tour champion of Yorkshire, Sally Swan.
Absolutely over the moon, just can't believe it. So yeah, great. And my caddy's been fantastic, Kath. I have to thank her. Kept me cool, calm, and gave me some good advice.
So there we have it. It's been a fantastic day of golf here at Kilnwick Percy Resort and Golf Club here in Yorkshire, and a particularly memorable one for Ryan and Sally, our winners. The next instalment will be from our final venue up at Dundonald in Scotland for the final qualifier in this series. So see you all very, very soon.